Now it gives me great pleasure to welcome the member of the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Songwriters Hall of Fame, right here to the program. Mel, can you hear me all right?
Hello there, buddy. Yeah, I got you, Paul. You're sounding good, man.
Oh, thank you. It's such a great honor to have you here on the program. You're such a legend and one of my favorite artists.
Well, it's my pleasure, pal.
Well, I know you're a busy guy, so I guess maybe if we start at the beginning.
I've been watching the president all day long, the parades and everything. I watched them all, I guess.
Yeah, you should be down there singing.
Yeah.
Well, you're a Florida native, correct, Mel?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
Born in Tampa, Florida, but raised in Pahokee, Florida. Pahokee's a little farming community, and it's on the shores of Lake Okeechobee, and that's where I grew up. I finished high school there.
And so, how old were you when you first learned how to play the guitar?
Oh, Lordy. I was about, my brother, Richard, he bought a guitar, and he wouldn't let me touch it. And he tried to play it. It lay around the house, and he tried to play it, and he tried, and he tried and tried. He never could play it, so he said, he offered to sell it to me for $25. And I said, okay. Boy, I mowed lawns. I did all kind of odd jobs. I babysat, and I sold earthworms to fishermen and all kind of stuff. But I bought the guitar, and it had a little book with it that showed you the chords. And I picked them up, and I learned to play a few chords. And then when I finished high school, I joined the Air Force, and they sent me over to Okinawa. I joined a little band over a GI band, soldier band, and we played together. And I learned a whole. I learned a lot more chords, and I began to write a few songs, and that's how it all started for me.
And who were some of your earliest musical influences, if you had to name a few?
Oh, boy, there's a bunch of them. I guess Red Foley was my favorite, and I liked Hank Williams and Lester Frizzell, and Bill Monroe and Roy Acuff. Those were my favorites. And then along comes, when I joined in the Air Force, Carl Smith and Hank Snow, Ernest Tubb,
sure,
Webb Pierce. Boy, I loved them all.
And so, what year did you move to Nashville?
I got out of the Air Force and came home to Florida, and I went to work for the railroad as a fireman, and I would use my pass, and I would my railroad pass, and I could get on the train in Tampa, Florida, and go to Jacksonville, and then switch over to L&N and go on into Nashville. So I started, coming to Nashville, I guess, in 1956, I think it was. And then I moved up Nashville in 57.
And it was in 1957 that, when you say probably that your big break came along when Webb Pierce had a number 3 hit with one of your songs, I'm Tired.
I thought it went number 2.
Number 2? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, oh Lord, I'm tired. Yeah, he put that out, and that's when I moved to Nashville. Yeah, I quit I told the railroad goodbye, and I came to Nashville.
And that's when Webb signed you to his own music company, correct?
Yeah,
Cedarwood
he
Music.
signed me to that company for $50 a week. It was a draw against any monies that I earned. And, I was with the company for 20 years. And then later on, I bought the company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you also...
Cedarwood Publishing Company it was.
You also, right around that time, not long after, signed a recording contract with Columbia Records, too.
Yeah, I signed with them, I think, in 57. and I recorded for Columbia for 5 years.
Do you remember what your first single was?
Oh yeah, it was. I wrote a song called "Honky Tonk Song,"
Okay.
and the back side of it was it takes a word man to sing a word song, and Webb Pierce, he covered me on the Honky Tonk Song and killed my record, but that was my first one.
And so after a few excursions into sort of rock and roll territory, too, you earned your first, wasn't it your first top 40 record in '58 with The Violet and the Rose?
Yeah, I believe it was my first one. I think it went up, 28 or something. I think it did in the church.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I'm beginning to get the other songs. It's been so long I can't remember all of them. There was a bunch of them that almost made it, but they didn't. Just hung on the outskirts of being hits. But
it was also at that time that you continued. Well, Webb Pierce continued to have hits with your songs.
Oh yeah, he cut a bunch of my songs. Lord, how much I'm tired. Honky Tonk Song. I Ain't Never. No Love Have I. Tupelo County Jail.
I think Tupelo County Jail is probably one of my favorite songs that you've written that he has recorded. I sing that one all the time in my
service. You do?
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
One of my favorites. My grandfather taught it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And,
well, that's great.
Oh, thank you. So I was wondering, could you please tell us some of the names of some of the other artists who recorded your songs?
Oh, boy, there's been so many of them. Carl Smith and Ray Price did a lot of them. He did Heart Over Mine.
Another one of my favorites.
One More Time. Burning Memories. Boy, he did a bunch of them. Then Brenda Lee, Cut Emotions. Bobby Bear, Detroit City.
We heard Detroit City just a couple minutes before you came on.
Webb Pierce and Ricky Skaggs did Honey, Won't You Open That Door? I just had a song that I wrote for the Everlys. It was a song called You Stick With Me, Baby, and it was just recorded by Alison Krauss, and I can't think of his name, from England. He was with a Grateful Dead or somebody.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of his name, but it was a big hit. And they're just Kenny Rogers. He did the Ruby, and just a bunch of them. I'm still getting songs recorded in my old songs.